Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a ship with me video. We are shipping out right around 20 items, 2 from my men's closet and the rest from my women's closet. We are a little bit stretched on time, so I am going to just jump right into it. Our first piece to ship out is a men's Ralph Lauren classic fit seersucker floral printed button-up short sleeve shirt. It does have the Ralph Lauren logo on the front, which I do think helped it sell better. Anything that is a popular brand, especially Ralph Lauren, that has the logo present, that does usually help it sell. This is such a fun summer shirt with the vibrant floral print. You could wear this to like a wedding in Hawaii, a beach wedding, or really just any casual outing. So this is a full price sale, $30. My earnings were $24. I did grab this at the bins. I would say about a year ago. It has taken a while to sell, but that's usually the trend in my men's closet. Pieces sit and then they end up selling for either full price or a very decent offer. And so I'm still happy with the $22 profit I made on this, and I hope the buyer really likes it. Second piece, last one from my men's closet, and then we will switch over to women's. This is a Peter Millar size large button-up dress shirt, or button-down actually, because it does have the buttons on the collar. That is the distinction, right? I don't know, sometimes I get confused by that. I'm pretty sure because this has the button at the very top collar, it is a button-down shirt technically. But you can definitely correct me if I'm wrong. This has a nice subtle print to it. And again, this did sell for full price. I'm just going to button it up there to make it look more presentable. Fully buttoned before I fold. And Peter Millar is a really nice men's brand. I think the golf polos might sell best, but I figured with this being an excellent condition dress shirt with a pretty subtle print that it would sell well. This did also sit, I would say, for like 6 to 9 months maybe. But it did sell, once again, full price, $32, making my earnings $25.60. I paid a couple dollars at the Goodwill outlet, and so my profit was $24 on this shirt. So yeah, I talk a lot about why I have a separate men's closet in my last Ship With Me video. If you are curious, you can go back and watch that. I don't quite have time to explain it all out right now, but it is, there is definitely some reasoning to it, several reasons. It works out really well for me. My average sale price is a lot higher in my men's closet versus my women's. And yeah, I am happy to have that extra stream of income. Okay, now into women's. Our first piece is a pair of 9 West printed leopard jeans. These I have had for over a year. I got them from the bins because they are size 14. I liked the ankle print, the leopard print, and they are an ankle length, which a lot of people like. They also look to be brand new. Skinny jeans were a little bit more in style, I would say, back when I picked these up. I think they are starting to come back into style. I've seen a lot of influencers trying to make it happen, like Alex Earl. I've seen that she has a collab with Frame Denim, I believe, for a skinny jean. So that kind of stuff really helps bring, you know, certain styles back into being on trend when influencers promote them. And so yeah, anyways, where was I going with this? I picked these up a long time ago. They have sat. I very recently relisted them and they sold like same day. So I've mentioned it 8,000 times, but make sure if you have a large closet with a lot of listings that you are relisting them and getting fresh eyes on them so that your older listings can sell better. So I had these listed at 22 and was offered 18. I did accept that, making my earnings $14.40. Again, I did get these at the bins a long time ago, and so my profit was $12.40. I actually picked up 2 pairs that were right next to each other. I think maybe like a store donated them. That is why they look so new. And that was the second one to sell. Okay, now we have a 4-item bundle. I'm going to grab my box number 7 for this. And our first piece in the bundle is a pair of shoes. These are by Sam Edelman. They are a genuine leather caged heel. We'll put that shoe in first. This guy. I am going to add a thank you sticker. Oops. And then we have a pair of pants and 2 tops. So these express high-waisted trouser pants. These are so cute. High-waisted, belted. They are a size 12 regular, and they are the wide leg super high rise. So I definitely don't always pick up express, but I did find these at the bin, so they were a lower cost of goods. They're also adorable. They have so much going for them, being a high-waisted trouser. The belt was still attached, great size, great condition, and they're also a newer piece. These were still selling online when I found them. Then we have this INC, which again is another brand that I don't always reach for, but this was a size large. It was in excellent condition, and it is 100% linen. So the material was the main reason that I got this. I knew that it would do well in summertime. And then lastly for this bundle is this J. Jill Love Linen, again 100% linen, size large petite blouse top. Really nice, breezy, breathable, natural piece here. I'm sure I added in a ton of keywords: lag and look, coastal grandma, minimalist, contemporary, beachy. So this was a full price bundle sale, which is my favorite thing in the world. When the 4 were added together, the bundle price came out to $126, but I do have an automatic 15% off discount of 3 items or more in my closet. And so that brought the sales total down to $107. My earnings came out to $85.68. My cost of goods for all items were around $8, and so my profit on this bundle was $78. Okay, this is my last sale before I run this first batch down to the post office. I want to get these in before it closes, but we have this ALC 100% silk. Actually, I don't know if it's 100%, but definitely mostly silk set. This is so cute. So I found this skirt at the bins in Austin. It's a printed smocked waist ruffle hem skirt, and I had it listed, and then I tried it on and I was like, that's so cute. And I discovered that it has a matching printed top, which I ordered this from Poshmark. It was new at tags, so I had it listed new at tags for like $30. So I ordered this and made a set out of it. I wore it to my best friend's baby shower. It was so cute. I wore it with like red boots. I can put a picture in. I loved the outfit. And because I already wore it, I went ahead and listed it after. I was very careful with it. The skirts, these retailed each for like over $300. So the combined retail price for the set is like somewhere around $700. I listed this for $145, and I would say after maybe like 2 or 3 months of being listed, I was offered $120. I did accept that. My earnings were $96. With shipping and taxes, I paid around $40 on Poshmark for the top and $1.30 for the skirt at the bins in Austin. So my profit on this set was over $50, and I did get a wear out of it. I got a lot of compliments on it at the baby shower. It was such a good outfit for that event. And so this is the kind of thing that makes me so happy to be a reseller. So I'm going to get these down to the post office, and then I will see you guys back here to finish out shipping. Okay, I'm back from the post office, and so let's go ahead and finish out shipping. Our next sale was a 3-item bundle. However, this was only 2 listings, so I had both of these pants listed together in a singular listing as a bundle listing because they are the same brand, J. Jill, exact same style of pant, same size, just different colors, so very similar. And I thought that they would sell for a little bit more in a bundle kind of thing. So this one is a brown colored wide leg cropped pant with an elastic waist, and then this one is the exact same except a navy color. And I would say that these would sell for more individually, but I do the bundle listings when I have a lot of inventory that I'm just trying to kind of bundle up and move out. I got these both from the Goodwill outlet in Austin where I paid $1.30 per item. And I want to say I sourced like over 100 items in Austin, and so I was trying to get everything uploaded relatively quickly. And so I did decide to bundle these together in one listing. They're also a kind of plain, and so I just thought they would be a nice like closet staple kind of bundle for someone. So that was our first listing, and then these are Sincerely Jewel size large gingham printed tie waist, again cropped ankle pants, really cute. I have had these pants, I would say, for 9 months to a year. These the bundle of the J. Jill pants, I sourced those back in last summer, but I probably didn't get them uploaded for a month or two, so it's probably maybe like 10-11 months on those. But both listings have recently been relisted, so that is why I do believe they sold now. Someone was in my comments on a couple Ship With Me videos ago saying, you said these sales were fast, but they're not fast, or something like that. And I just said, you know, I do feature a lot of fast sales in my Ship With Me videos, but not every single sale is fast because, you know, I have had my closet now for 8 years, so you are going to have a mix, especially when I'm always relisting. I'm always having older items sell from that. But I would argue that it's just as important to see what sits as it is for what sells quickly, because, you know, you want to get a good gauge of how different brands and styles sell. Are they going to sit? Are they going to sell quickly? And I think Ship With Me videos are one of the most, or maybe not, like what sold videos, I guess you'd say, that kind of format is very important because it gives good insight into how items sell, whether they sold quickly or slowly. So it's all important information in my opinion, and you know, if you don't like the way that I present it or whatever, you definitely don't have to watch these videos. That's basically my response to that, I guess you'd say. I definitely do not let negative comments get me down in any way. I honestly feel bad for whoever leaves a negative comment because, you know, they made it a point to take time out of their day to spread a little bit of negativity, and I wish them well. I hope they feel better in the future, kind of thing. But I would say that 99.9% of my comments are positive and are from angels. So yeah, I want you guys to know that I do really appreciate your kind comments, and that's what keeps me going. So thank you guys for the kind comments. But yeah, anyway, so the bundle of these 2 listings, the bundled pants plus the singular pants. The bundle price came out to $64 and I was offered $40. Because I have had all of these for a while now, I did go ahead, or no, I actually countered that. Wow. I countered that to $50 because I remember thinking $40 is kind of low for 3 pair of pants. So I did counter it back to $50 and they did accept that. So my earnings were $40. My cost of goods were around $4 for everything, and so my profit on this bundle was $36. I hope you guys are proud. I have been trying to counter a little bit more. I have the tendency to take the first offer that I get, but in the long run, it is worth it to counter because, I mean, if you counter 100 sales per month, even by just a couple dollars, that difference really, really adds up, and you do work a lot smarter and not as hard kind of thing. Okay, anyways, now we have a 3-item bundle. And these two, the first 2 items to sell, sold immediately after being relisted. So I have had this Free People chambray off-shoulder top for around a year, and then this fresh produce printed V-neck sleeveless dress I've had for maybe like 9 to 11 months-ish. And I recently relisted both of these in the same batch, and someone added them into a bundle along with the 3rd item to sell and sent me an offer. So I was so excited about that. I am a huge advocate of relisting. I know Poshmark has this new crazy relisting policy. I haven't had any issues with it, but I have decreased the amount that I relist. I was doing like 40 items per day, but I have decreased it drastically down to like 5 to 10 items per day. From what I've gathered, I think they are monitoring how many new listings you're putting up versus how many you're deleting. And I think if you're deleting like anywhere near the amount of listings that you're putting up, they flag you. And so as long as you're listing consistently, I think it's fine if you relist here and there. I don't know. I don't want to, clarify and get anyone into trouble because I'm really not too sure myself. Their guidelines, they gave guidelines, but then I think that they have gone back on them a lot. And so, yeah, I really can't speak for what to do. But all I know is personally, I have been relisting 5 to 10 items per day while I'm still consistently listing new fresh items, fresh listings, and I have had no problems. Okay, so that's our first piece, the fresh produce, and then the Free People off-shoulder chambray top. I probably wouldn't pick this up today just because like off-shoulder and one shoulder and definitely cold shoulder, all of the different like shoulder styles have kind of gone out of style. This one I would argue is still very cute, very summery. Okay, my camera actually stopped recording. I didn't notice because my memory was full, but I was saying that the chambray top is very cute. It's a linen blend. It had some stuff going for it. That is why I originally picked it up. But yeah, I just think the different shoulder cuts people are not like actively searching them out. Okay, our 3rd and last piece in the bundle is this True Religion cropped flannel shirt. I really don't ever pick up the brand True Religion to resell, but this piece was new at tags. It retailed at $89, and also Western wear is just really in. I think it's always in, but there have been a lot of like Western bars pop up. I know certainly here in Houston, my friends and I go to this bar called Austin's, which is really popular in Houston, and it is a Western bar. So yeah, I just think the whole like Western attire is always going to have a time and place, and I always add in keywords like rodeo, cowgirl, cowboy, Western, that kind of thing. And True Religion is a reputable brand. So I did want to grab this at the Family Thrift Center outlet for $2.50. This piece did sell relatively quickly. I would say I've had it for no more than a month. So that was great. And the buyer added the 3 to a bundle. The bundle price came out to $69 and I was offered $55. I did accept that, making my earnings $44. My cost of goods for everything was $6.50. And so my profit on this bundle came out to $37.50. So I am happy, very happy to move out those 2 older pieces. I have noticed a slowdown with the brand Fresh Produce. That was the brand of the dress, the blue dress, especially in sizes that are not large, extra large, plus size. I don't think I would pick up pieces from this brand unless they were like midi or maxi length, 100% cotton dresses that have a fun print and are a larger size. I think I would leave plain or solid colored smaller sizes behind in the Fresh Produce brand going forward. Okay, now we have another Free People top. This one, however, is much more current. I want to say this is like still selling on the Free People website. It was a very popular piece for Free People. It's called the Ivy tee, IVY. It has a smocked back, just a great staple. And I was looking on Poshmark. I don't think there were any currently available. From what I was seeing, I don't know, the comps were kind of hard to tell what was going on because Free People, the actual brand, seems to have a Poshmark closet now, and they had sold a lot of this tee and this shirt, and so it kind of like was making it hard to look up comps with all the actual Free People listings. But from what I could see, there were not a whole lot of these listed. Many had sold. It retailed for $38, around 40-ish. And I did list mine at $28. It immediately got lots and lots of likes, tons of likes. And so that tells me when I list an item and it just racks up a ton of likes, that tells me that I need to stay firm on my price. Either wait for it to sell for full price or, you know, only accept a very close to list price offer. I did receive, so I listed it at $28, $10 off of retail. It looks brand new. Like I said, very popular. White is, you know, a basic color. This shirt came in a lot of different colors, but I'm sure white is more sought after, being such a closet essential kind of color. Anyways, I listed at 28. I did get several likes throughout the time that this was listed. Did I say likes? I did get several offers throughout the time that this shirt was listed for like 15, 20, 22. I think I forget what I was countering back at. But anyways, I just held firm and it ended up selling for full price of $28. So that just goes to show you, if you're noticing that a piece that you have listed is garnering a lot of traffic, a lot of attention very quickly, that should give you confidence to stay firm and also counter. A lot of you guys in my comments have asked me before when I know if it's okay to counter, because you all have said that you've countered and you've gotten ghosted a lot of the time. I base my countering off of how many likes the listing has in terms of how long it's been listed. Like if I listed a shirt yesterday and it has 25 likes by today, then I am very confident about counter offering. If I listed a shirt last week and it has 0 likes or maybe 1 like today, then I'm less likely to counter if the offer is within the ballpark of my list price, unless it's a long run item, meaning, you know, it's something that I'm expecting to sit on for a while. There's a lot of gray areas, but basically, you know, you kind of go with your gut on, and also it depends on, you know, if you need the cash now or if, you know, you can hold out and get more in the long run, even though you had to wait. So yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but the more you resell over time, the more your gut will tell you if you should counter or if you shouldn't. I would say I counter like, I'd say 30 to 40% of the time. I don't counter too often, but there are standout pieces like that top that tell me I need to stay firm and why. Okay, so next up we have this James purse skirt. It is a bodycon skirt, really cute. And this is so funny because I listed this probably a year-ish ago at $35, and I immediately got, or no, I might have listed it at $45, and I immediately got a $30 offer. And I do remember countering to like 40. And then it sat. She did not accept, and then it sat for a long time, and I was so sad that I didn't accept that $30 offer. But then I relisted it, and it sold for full price of $35. So that just goes to show you, even if you countered and they ghosted, better things will probably be in store. I swear reselling is all about having patience and, you know, being able to see the bigger picture, and also focusing on long run benefits versus like short run kind of thing. But yeah, so this sold for full price of $35. My earnings were $28, and my profit was around $26 on the skirt. So very happy with how that ended up leaving my closet. I hope the buyer loves it. It is really cute, and James Percy is a very expensive brand. That skirt probably retailed for like, I would say $200 to $300. It's a very nice, thick, substantial material. James Purse, that used to be one of my favorite brands to sell. I really haven't found it too much recently. They have incredibly high quality basics, so I would be very curious to check comps on how it's doing today. Okay, now we have a Lululemon bra. This is a sports bra, and this did have a couple, maybe like bleach. It doesn't really look like bleach spots because they're not like concentrated spots. It looks like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. They're not very obvious is what I'm trying to say. It's like a little bit of lighter fading, but not from wear. It very clearly looks like maybe just a little bit of bleach was rubbed on it. I can insert a picture because it's hard to describe, but I did obviously disclose that in the listing. I just said there are a few lighter spots on the front, but otherwise it was in excellent condition. I did get this from the bins. I listed it at $28. Someone liked it, and so my PosherVA sent them out a $25 offer with discounted shipping. That was accepted, making my earnings $17.65. I paid around $1.50 for it at the bins, making my profit $16 on this bra. I would say I definitely have slowed down on picking up Lululemon across the board. There are some items that I still very much so get excited about. The other night when I was at the bins, I found a pair of Lululemon Dance Studio pants that are a newer style, and that was my favorite find of the night because the Dance Studio pants always fly out of my closet for like, I would say $40 to $75. But the less substantial items these days, tank tops, sports bras, they do, I would say, just not sell for as much and tend to sit for a little bit. That was a newer style sports bra, so I think that's why it sold more quickly. But I do still pick up pieces that I can easily flat lay, and I don't have to steam them. I don't really measure them. Not a lot of time goes into processing the items to get them ready to upload, and so, you know, that is why I'm still willing to pick up sports bras and stuff like that if it's a newer style and if I think that it will sell relatively quickly. Okay, so now we have an Anthropologie top. This is so cute. I believe this is called the Rebecca top. It has this bishop sleeve. It's like a kind of like a mint green color. I got this, oh, that Lululemon bra I've had for maybe like a month. This same kind of thing, maybe like 3 weeks. I've had this listed 2 or 3 weeks. So another relatively fast sale. This is a newer piece from Anthropologie. I had this listed at $32. Someone liked it, and so my PosherVA sent them out a $28 offer with discount ship. That was accepted, making my earnings 20 and my profit around 18-ish on this top. So we love that. Love that this was a fast sale. Really pretty piece. And my thank you sticker. Okay, and our very last sale to package up today is this pair of Adriano Goldschmied AG coral colored shorts. These look brand new. They're a size 29. They do have a little bit of like lighter discoloration on the front, which I did disclose, but it's really hard to see unless you're looking for it. So I still did get these once again from the Family Thrift Center outlet, maybe like a month and a half ago. I had these listed at $35. And I did receive an offer of $30, which I went ahead and accepted, making my earnings $24 and my profit $21.50 on these shorts. If we were in the dead of winter, I probably would not have picked these up just because it seems like the demand for Adriano Goldschmied, that brand, has gone down a little bit. And so I don't think that the brand alone would have carried these, but now that, you know, we're in the middle of summer and these are a cute color, they're a great length and style of short for summertime, I did want to go ahead and get them. Okay, and that concludes our shipping for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please feel free to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.